I've told you before, focusing on yourself, living for yourself, that's what's going to take you to the next level. You no longer let people treat you like you're worthless. But now, I'm going to show you how everything in your life begins to shift the moment you finally start being you. So lean back, stay with me, and try to really understand what I'm saying in every sentence. I have no doubt that this will help you, because everything I've done, or am still doing, for myself, I'm sharing here with you. And I'll keep sharing. To help you fully focus and understand everything more clearly, I've divided this video into chapters. Follow closely. Chapter 1. What changes when you truly become yourself? Have you ever stopped and really asked yourself, who am I? And what do I actually want from this life? Is the life I'm living right now really mine? I'm sure, just like me, many times your answer was silence, because the truth is, we all get lost in roles that were handed to us. Expectations, rules, what others want us to be. From childhood, we're assigned roles we're supposed to play. Be a good kid, be hardworking, be polite, don't talk too much, don't draw attention, don't engage, only speak when spoken to, and just to be accepted, to feel loved, or not be left out. You took on those roles. You wore the mask. But that comes with a price, one heavier than you might think. You lose touch with who you really are. I lived in that place for years, trying to please everyone, seeking their approval, hiding my emotions. Even when I knew what I wanted, I was too ashamed to speak it out loud. Then I realized something. You can't truly live by hiding. At best, you survive. Today, I want to talk about that realization, because the moment you truly begin to be yourself, when you face your truth, your fears, your dreams, your hopes, even your flaws, everything starts to change. First you, then your surroundings. Then, believe it or not, your relationships shift. People around you change. Your goals, your energy, even your body transforms. Over time, your desires evolve too. A brand new desire might show up, one you never even imagined before. Maybe your childhood dreams looked one way, but now, they're changing. They're growing with you. Right now, tell me one of your dreams in the comments. Then, 5 years from now, come back to this video. That dream will have either transformed or evolved into something even deeper. But this journey isn't easy, because being yourself, it's the ultimate act of courage. It's not impossible, but it doesn't happen overnight. Everyone starts somewhere, even me. So if you're ready, let's walk through this together. Chapter 2. The silence behind the masks. Not being ourselves, not acting like our true selves. Over time, it becomes automatic. Not a choice, but a defense mechanism. Think about it. How many times have you said yes when your soul was screaming no? How many times did you smile, even laugh, while quietly breaking inside? How often have you stayed silent just because, what if they misunderstand me? What if I can't explain myself? It's not just your story. As a society, we've become so used to silencing ourselves just to fit in, that eventually we forget what we want. We suppress how we feel. We even lose sight of who we're living for. But here's the paradox. When you live by other people's expectations, you don't even end up meeting their expectations either, because nothing built on a fake version of you can stand. It's like building a house on sand. The first shake, and it all collapses. So we end up fighting battles for identities no one ever truly valued. And then when you do start showing up as your true self, people say, you've changed. But the truth is, you haven't changed. You've just become visible. You're no longer doing what they say. You're no longer behaving the way they want you to. Because now, you're different. You've added something to what they gave you, and you've grown. And growth gets stones thrown at it. Because people don't know what to do with truth, with rawness, with someone without a mask. When I first decided to be myself, I was scared. Some people pulled away. Some relationships ended. People stopped treating me the same. But then, something happened. Those empty spaces started filling up with people like me, because I had created contrast, and someone out there resonated with it. And in that moment, I realized being yourself doesn't leave you alone. It brings you closer to the people you truly belong with. Chapter 3. Is being yourself a cost or a freedom? Being yourself sounds nice, doesn't it? Almost poetic. Maybe even overused, just another cliche. But here's the truth. This journey almost always begins in silence. Even as I write these words right now, I'm reflecting on something that happened just yesterday. Last night, I took one more step toward being fully me, and I did it in silence, with quiet conviction. Because in the beginning, when you start being yourself, people won't understand. They won't even know what you're trying to say, because they're used to your old version, the one who played a role, who stayed quiet, who kept the peace. And when you finally say, "That's not me anymore," they don't argue, they don't ask, they just leave. And that's when the real breaking point happens. I don't know what day you're watching this, but yesterday, I took another bold step. And again, some people left, but I feel calm. Want to know why? Because I know a secret. The steeper the climb, the faster and louder the descent. And when I return, that return will shake the ground. They will notice. When a person starts rebuilding themselves, they usually begin alone. That loneliness can be terrifying. Sometimes you might wish you could go back. You'll ask yourself, wouldn't it just be easier to act like I used to? You'll feel unsure. You'll question your worth. And yes, you'll feel not enough. But you can't go back. Because once you've seen yourself, once you've met your true self, you can't go back to pretending. Whether you like it or not, you start tuning out the noise of the world, and your own voice starts to satisfy you more than anything else. That's when your freedom begins. From that day on, you no longer crave people who just like you. You want people who truly see you. Your relationships shift. They become deeper, not louder, and only those who can sit in silence with you remain in your life. And the best part? You become loyal, not to others, to yourself, to your inner voice, to your core values, to your rhythm. You become honest with yourself, at peace with yourself. And that inner peace, that's where everything else flows from. Success, love, joy, money. Because now you're not pretending to live. You're actually living. You feel alive. Chapter 4. Life gets better when you become you. Now I want you to ask yourself this. Am I living this life as my true self? Or am I still living someone else's version of me? And if your answer brings you discomfort, if your heart feels uneasy, that's not a bad thing. That's the beginning of awakening. That's the moment you start becoming aware, because transformation begins with awareness. It starts with seeing the difference. And just like I've said before, it continues with small steps. Saying no, saying I don't want that, saying this is how I feel, taking off one single mask. At first, some doors will close, but behind each one, new doors will open. New paths will stretch ahead, and at every stop on those paths, there will be people waiting, people who truly get you. You deserve that. You don't deserve half a life. You deserve a fully lived one. You are the most important person in your story. If you want it, it matters. If you don't, nothing else really does. So be natural, be true, be real, but never be someone else. One last question for you. If tomorrow morning you woke up with no fear of anyone, what would you change in your life? Leave your answer in the comments. Really, don't just scroll past, because your story might be someone else's mirror. And in this unfair world where so many feel alone, I want someone out there to find what I found. This space, it's yours. It's mine. It's ours. It's where we rise, together. Where we come back to who we really are. Here, masks fall, hearts speak, and everyone learns to become a friend to themselves. If this video made you feel something, I'm glad. Because in every video, we'll keep talking about the things that bring you back to you. Don't forget, you're beautiful when you're yourself. And this world becomes a better place when you're truly you.